When the company started, there was only one product, the Eposeidon SuperPower Braided fishing line. By the following year, we had established the KastKing brand and started producing fishing reels. One of those reels was the KastKing Rover. It has been a perennial bestseller in the USA ever since and is now in use in more than 100 countries. Originally, it was called the KastKing RXA and underwent some subtle upgrades, including a bearing change, the bearing count, an internal design upgrade, and a name change to the KastKing Rover, which had a friendlier feel. Essentially, it was the same reel. You can still see those KastKing first generation RXA and Rover reels out on the water today. As time went on and sales of the iconic Rover reel series climbed, the reel underwent a few more significant improvements and changes to increase the drag power, and stronger side plates were also added. All of the ball bearings were upgraded from regular ball bearings to Maxador double shielded stainless steel ball bearings, and 2 additional ball bearings were added at critical points. The quality of the palm and gear side covers were improved by upgrading them to a thick aluminum. Plastic idler gears that are still being used by other major brands were upgraded to patented brass idler gears in the Rover. Some of the other changes along the way were cosmetic, although the classic red color of a KastKing round conventional reel has always remained the same. The KastKing Rover full metal body round conventional reel has enjoyed a terrific history for both fresh and saltwater fishing. KastKing Rover has been along on many memorable fishing trips. It has taken a personal best for quite a few anglers. Made in size 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and even 90 sizes in both right and left-hand retrieve, Rover has been used successfully by recreational anglers as well as charter captains and professional fishing guides for blue catfish, sturgeon, saltwater striped bass, redfish, fluke, sharks, and all types of bottom-dwelling saltwater fish. Some anglers have even taken the Rover largemouth bass fishing for casting live shiners. Benchmark components continue to keep the KastKing Rover among the best sellers. A combination of reinforced hard anodized aluminum side plates and spool, precision machine brass gears, an alloy flawless level wind, industry first stainless steel worm gear, and stainless steel shafts are a few of the parts of KastKing Rover's legacy. Rover's drag system has been totally upgraded for 2019 to newly designed cymbal-shaped washers that can now provide up to 50% more drag or up to 30 pounds of drag. Where will the KastKing Rover go from here? That's hard to say, but KastKing is always looking to improve fishing tackle products through our philosophy of affordable innovation. Based on the Rover's successful history, it's safe to say that the Rover will stay in the KastKing lineup for a long time to come.
What does my Rover mean to me? Confidence. You know, when I first moved up here, I heard these stories about these gigantic bass being caught with giant live bait. I mean 1 pound live bait, catching 12, 13 pound largemouth bass out of floating mats the size of football fields. I struggled with my conventional bass gear, losing way more fish than I actually caught. Even just casting out these giant baits was a real task for that later gear, let alone controlling that live bait and actually battling those huge bass in the heaviest cover I'd ever seen. Then I got my Rover. Finally, I had the strength I needed. I had the control and easy use to be able to cast out 16 ounces of wild live bait and the line capacity to actually let them run. But most importantly, I now had the power to be able to drive that hook set, to turn that freight train around and pull my trophy out of all that cover. So what does my Rover mean to me? It means everything. It means confidence.
Miller, I'm from Patchogue, New York, and I bought one of their level wines, and it was a left-handed retrieve, which was almost impossible to find, and it's handled fish way beyond its capacity. It's a beautiful rig. It cleans up perfectly after every trip. Smooth casting. The drag is spectacular. And for the price, it should have been a lot more, and it's a great reel, and I definitely recommend it. And that's it.
Hello everybody, Cat Matt here for KastKing. You know, when the people at KastKing asked me to do a quick little testimonial on the Rover reel and to keep it under a minute, I said, how do I do that? There's so much I could tell you about the Rover reel. I've been using the Rover reel for a year now. The whole Rover series from Rover 40 to 80 is in my boat. It's in my boat every day. I'm a guide. I depend on quality. I depend on my reels to answer the bell every time, regardless of the situation. In the year that I've been using the Rover series, I have bounced 2 of them down an interstate at 75 miles an hour. I've caught many fish, large and small, channels, flatheads, blues, and some other uninvited guests. Get yourself a Rover and you will not be disappointed.
Hey KastKing fans, let's go fishing.